the parties continue to uphold their committed dialogue between the two sides.
US and Iran end ceasefire talks without agreement and blaming each other. Islamabad, AP. The United States and Iran ended face-to-face talks on Sunday without an agreement to end the war, leaving a fragile two-week ceasefire in doubt. US officials said the negotiations collapsed over what they described as Iran's refusal to commit to abandoning its nuclear program, while Iranian officials blamed the US for talks breaking down without specifying the sticking points. Neither side indicated what will happen after the 14-day ceasefire expires on April 22. Pakistani mediators urged all parties to maintain it. Both said their positions were clear and put the onus on the other side, underscoring how little the gap had narrowed throughout the talks. We need to see an affirmative commitment that they will not seek a nuclear weapon, and they will not seek the tools that would enable them to quickly achieve a nuclear weapon, Vice President J.D. Vance said after the 21-hour-long talks. Iran's parliament speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, who led Iran in the negotiations, said it was time for the United States to decide whether it can gain our trust or not. He did not mention the core disputes in a series of social media posts, though Iranian officials earlier said the talks fell apart over 2 or 3 key issues, blaming what they called U.S. overreach. Iran has long denied seeking nuclear weapons but has insisted on its right to a civilian nuclear program. Experts say its stockpile of enriched uranium, though not weapons-grade, is only a short technical step away. Since the US and Israel launched the war on Feb. 28, it has killed at least 3,000 people in Iran, 2,020 in Lebanon, 23 in Israel and more than a dozen in Gulf Arab states, and caused lasting damage to infrastructure in half a dozen Middle Eastern countries. Iran's grip on the Strait of Hormuz has largely cut off the Persian Gulf and its oil and gas exports from the global economy, sending energy prices soaring. Pakistani Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar said his country will try to facilitate a new dialogue between Iran and the US in the coming days. It is imperative that the parties continue to uphold their commitment to ceasefire, Dar said. The deadlock, and Vance's take-it-or-leave-it proposal that Iran end its nuclear program, mirrored February's nuclear talks in Switzerland. Though President Donald Trump has said the subsequent war was meant to compel Iran's leaders to abandon nuclear ambitions, each side's positions appeared unchanged in negotiations following 6 weeks of fighting. There was no word on whether they would resume, though Iran said it was open to continuing the dialogue, Iran's state-run IRNA news agency reported. We have never sought war, but if they try to win what they failed to win on the battlefield through talks, that's absolutely unacceptable, 60-year-old Mohammad Bagher Karami said in downtown Tehran. U.S. moves to shift status quo in Strait of Hormuz. The United States and Iran entered talks with sharply different proposals and contrasting assumptions about their leverage to end the war. Before negotiations began, the ceasefire was already threatened by deep disagreements and Israel's continued attacks against the Iranian-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon. Iran's 10-point proposal ahead of the talks called for a guaranteed end to the war and sought control over the Strait of Hormuz. It included ending fighting against Iran's regional allies, explicitly calling for a halt to Israeli strikes on Hezbollah. Pakistani officials told the Associated Press in March that the U.S. 15-point proposal included monitoring mechanisms and a rollback of Iran's nuclear program. Speaking on condition of anonymity as they weren't authorized to discuss details, they said it also covered reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Indeed, Iran's closure of the strait has proved its biggest strategic advantage in the war. Around a fifth of the world's traded oil had typically passed through on over 100 ships a day. During the talks, the U.S. military said 2 destroyers transited the critical waterway ahead of mine-clearing work, a first since the war began. Iran's state media, however, reported the country's joint military command denied that. "We're sweeping the strait. Whether we make a deal or not makes no difference to me," Trump said as talks extended into early Sunday morning. "That's what we can say. Don't forget to support our channel by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. We thank you all for your support."